Welcome back to the Magic of Giving. Today's segments feature Heart of Florida United Way. In segment 1 and 2, we discuss their history, goals, and programs. Now it's time to find out what their needs are and how you can help. With me are Ashley Blazewitz, Vice President of Marketing and Communications at Heart of Florida United Way, and Katrina Somerville, Program Specialist, Title I, Federal Programs at Orange County Public Schools. Thank you so much for being with us today.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
So United Way's scope is broad. What would you say the secret to your success is?
Well, United Way is many things to many people, but I would say that the linchpin of the success in our community is our focus in education. We know that through research, education is the single most influential factor in determining a child's success. So we really feel that the focus through our programs and funded agency partners, it has really made a significant impact on the outcomes to really change our community for the better. In fact, we fund more than $2.5 million worth of programs every year, at least this year, in just education. So we really feel like investing in that area will move our community for the better in the future.
What does United Way do to reduce the barriers to education?
Well, like I said, we know that education is a very influential factor to determining whether a child is going to be successful or not. So by focusing on the education patterns of a child from early education, even before they come out of the womb, to college career readiness, we call that the cradle to career continuum, making sure that we have supports in place all along the way. High school dropouts are 18 years in the making, so we really want to make sure that we're intervening where we can early on to prevent them from getting there. So focusing on cradle to career programs really helps support the individuals.
Wow, you just made a good point about students' dropouts are 18 years in the making. Explain that a little bit.
Making sure that children are ready to read in third grade and moving along the continuum to being ready for high school. And then once we get to high school, making sure that they are ready to graduate and have a plan for post-secondary education if that's the right track for them. It just means that we're ensuring that we're supporting those children all along the way from birth to career, and not just focusing on the end result, which is high school graduation.
So a great example of a focus that the Heart of Florida United Way has done to help with early literacy would be the Women's Leadership Council adopting 10 schools by providing them with reading software, where those students are able to access books anytime, anywhere, through an online digital library. So providing students and families with the supports to ensure that they have literacy-rich homes will then help them to be successful in the long run.
Mm-hmm. And if I might add, making sure that the students are cared for in a holistic manner. So not just support in the classroom for academic sake, but also supporting through health and basic needs. How can a child be expected to succeed in school if they're hungry or if they're sick? So United Way takes a holistic approach to make sure that the child is well supported all throughout their education.
Okay, that's great. So let's talk about the unfortunate circumstance of homelessness. Now, there are thousands of Orange County folks that are homeless, and kids. We're talking kids.
Yes.
That's so unfortunate. What are some of the barriers that happen due to this?
So just as of yesterday, our count for the number of students that have been identified as homeless was 4,227 students. With that being said, there are numerous things that we need to be able to do to help support those students so that they are ready to learn when they come into the classroom. Some of the barriers that those students face entail them not being able to know where their next meal is coming from or where they're going to sleep that night. And so those things do indeed impact their educational performance. As a way of supporting those students' needs, the Heart of Florida United Way has created a campaign, Dress to Learn. With that being said, they are prepared to provide over 5,000 students with clothing to support them. As we know, when families are in transition, they're experiencing times in clothing needs are not necessarily the priority, or families can't afford to provide clothing for their students. But being able to take that stress off of families by providing that support to them, it's priceless. And so we're thankful for the Heart of Florida United Way and their partners for stepping up to provide students with that support.
How can the community donate to this initiative, Dress to Learn? Or how can they get involved?
Sure. Well, we are trying to clothe over 5,400 students in Orange and Osceola County, so we do need community support. You can go online and donate at uwdresstolearn.org. You can just go on the website there, and there's a big button that says donate. You can make a one-time donation, a recurring donation, or even start your own campaign in which you set a goal to clothe a certain number of children, reach out to your network, and raise the money.
So how does it work if somebody comes in or they call and they need assistance, with this initiative, they need clothes for their kids? What do they have to do? Do they just call, or how did they get in touch with you?
The school system will be passing out order forms for the McKinney-Vento students, those who are designated as being homeless. And those order forms will be the way that we track and make customized packages for those children based on their sizes and requirements.
Okay. Okay. Now, can the community volunteer to help with this initiative? Do you need helpers? Do you need volunteers?
The best way that people can help is by reaching out to their network, being advocates for United Way and Dress to Learn, and help us raise those funds.
Yeah, and okay, so back to volunteering. Now, United Way as a whole, I know you're always looking for volunteers with the different initiatives across the board, right?
Yes.
So if somebody in the community wants to get involved, they just go to your website. Now, you are on social media, right? I'm assuming.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, just explain your social media, what you offer there.
Absolutely. You can connect with us online on our website, hfuw.org, and you can connect all through that. You can also connect with us on Twitter at HFUW or on Facebook at Heart of Florida United Way.
Okay, and just real quickly before we go, donations. If people want to donate, can they donate online? Can they call and make a donation? What do they do? Just real quick before we go.
Absolutely. You can always go online, donate, or if you need help or want to figure out how you can give help, call 211. That's a great way as well.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for being with us today. I know the community appreciates all that you guys do.
Thank you very much.
For more information on Heart of Florida United Way, you can go to hfuw.org or call 407-835-0900. Thank you all for watching, and remember, by helping those in need, we enrich our lives and help make Central Florida an even better place to live, work, and play. I'm Christina Santiago. See you next time on The Magic of Giving. Thank you. Good job.